थैंक यू मनीष जी। और प्रधानमंत्री जी, सबसे पहले आपका धन्यवाद कि मुझे इस सवाल पूछने का मौका मिला। मैं आपको जी मीडिया के एक नेशनल चैनल और 8 रीजनल चैनल के 200 मिलियन व्यूवर्स की तरफ से आपसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं कि जब आप कहते हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री के तौर पर आपका जो है कार्यकाल अब आप पूरा करने जा रहे हैं और बैटन आप राहुल गांधी को आप इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं, मेरा सवाल आपसे यह है कि जब मुकाबला होगा तो राहुल गांधी वर्सेस नरेंद्र मोदी का मुकाबला होता है। नेचुरली आप राहुल गांधी के साथ खड़े होंगे क्योंकि आपकी पार्टी के, लेकिन क्या आप मानते हैं कि मुकाबला बराबरी का होगा और 2014 में वाकई आप राहुल गांधी के नेतृत्व में सरकार बना पाएंगे या आपको विपक्ष में बैठना पड़ेगा? थैंक यू वेरी मच।
I have full confidence that the next Prime Minister will be from the UPA coalition, and that without discussing the merits of Mr. Narendra Modi, I sincerely believe that it would be disastrous for the country to have Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister.
The next question goes to the representative from the Indian Express, Mr. Manish Chibber, if he's here, please.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, right here.
Hello, sir. Manish Chibber from Indian Express. Sir, the BJP and Mr. Modi's, charge against you is that you have been a weak Prime Minister. So, do you think, your party has a role to play in that projection of this view?
Well, I do not believe that I have been a weak Prime Minister. That is for the historians to judge. And the BJP and its associates may say whatever they like. But if by strong Prime Minister you mean that you preside over the mass massacre of innocent citizens in the streets of Ahmedabad, that is the measure of strength. I do not believe that sort of strength this country needs, least of all in its Prime Minister.
The representative from the Hindu, Mr. Praveen Swami, do I see him? Right there, please.
Prime Minister, Praveen Swami from the Hindu, on a slightly different topic. It's been widely reported that in your first tenure, you were on the verge, by some accounts, of a historic deal with Pakistan on Jammu and Kashmir. When you look back on your 2 terms, will you feel historic opportunities were missed? And do you believe the prospects of durable peace settlement will still remain in reach for your successor?
Well, I have tried to improve relations with all our neighbors to the best of my ability, and at one time it appeared that important breakthrough was in sight. Even in Pakistan, for example, the fact that General Musharraf had to make way for a different setup, I think that led to the process not moving further. But I still believe that good relations between India and Pakistan are very essential for this subcontinent of ours to realize its full development potential, to get rid of poverty, ignorance and disease, which has been the inevitable lot of millions and millions of people in this subcontinent of ours.
And now the representative of the public broadcaster, the person from Doordarshan, please. There he is.
प्रधानमंत्री जी, मैं अशोक श्रीवास्तव हूँ, डीडी न्यूज से। प्रधानमंत्री जी, जब आप वित्त मंत्री थे तो आप जो आर्थिक उदारवाद की जो नीतियां शुरू की, आपकी वित्त मंत्री के रूप में उस विरासत को आज भी देश याद करता है। अब आज जबकि आपने ऐलान किया है कि अगली बार आप प्रधानमंत्री पद की दौड़ में नहीं होंगे, तो प्रधानमंत्री के तौर पर आपकी विरासत को, आपको क्या लगता है देश कैसे याद रखेगा? और इसके साथ एक छोटी सी चीज और जोड़ना चाहूंगा कि पिछले 10 सालों में आपकी उपलब्धियों का लेखा जोखा तो इसमें है, लेकिन आपको क्या लगता है क्या 10 सालों में आपने मिस किया जो आप हासिल करना चाहते थे देश के लिए, जो आप हासिल नहीं कर पाए इन 10 सालों में?
Well, I have done as well as I could under the circumstances. It is for the historians to judge how successful I have been. my own feeling is that we have maintained and sustained the momentum of rapid economic growth. And if you look at the period of 9 years that we have completed, compare it with the preceding 6 years of the NDA, I think it emerges very clearly that in most indicators of performance, our performance has been superior to that of the NDA period.
The representative from the digital media, Sheila Bhatt from the Rediff, please. Right there.
Sir, I'm Sheila Bhatt from Rediff.com and India Abroad. Sir, do you think the experiment of the dual center of power, where the party president was more powerful than the PMO, has worked very well in last 10 years? Was this division of real power and a formal power necessary? And do you think that was this arrangement a liability or an asset to your UPA government?
Well, I can only speak about the system as it has worked. I sincerely believe that an arrangement where the Congress President and the Prime Minister do not happen to be the same person, in the circumstances, it has worked exceedingly well. For me, it has been a remarkable achievement that I have been able to complete 10 years of my Prime Ministership without any hiccups in the relationship between the Congress Party and the Prime Minister, or for that matter, the government. For me, Mrs. Gandhi's support has been enormous help in dealing with very complex issues, and the fact that she was there to back me up facilitated my task as Prime Minister in more than one way.
The representative from the headlines today, please, Mr. Karthikeya Sharma. Yeah, please. I'm trying my best.
Karthikeya Sharma from Headlines Today. So my question to you is that why was it not possible for you in your tenure as 9.5 years as the Prime Minister to visit Pakistan?
Well, I would very much like to go to Pakistan. I was born in a village which is now part of West Punjab. But as Prime Minister of a country, I should go to visit Pakistan if conditions are appropriate to achieve solid results. I have thought of it many times, but ultimately I felt that the circumstances were not appropriate for my visit. I still haven't given up hope of going to Pakistan before I complete my tenure as Prime Minister.
The representative from the Tribune, please. Mr. K.V. Prasad, do I see him? Yeah.
Mr. Prime Minister, I'm Prasad from the Tribune. At the end of the first year in 2005, the Prime Minister's office speech which you delivered said you rated 7 out of 10 for your government. Now that it is a decade in the office, how would it be on a scale of 10?
I have not understood.
KV, would you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, Yeah, can you hear me, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Prime Minister, at the end of 2005, the PMO speech said you rated your government 7 out of 10. Now that 10 years in office have been completed, how would you rate it on a scale of 10?
Well, it is for you people to judge me. As far as I am concerned, I feel I have done reasonably well. The growth process that we sustained in the last 10 years, despite the global financial crisis, despite the Eurozone crisis, and considering also what is happening in other emerging countries like Brazil, like South Africa, like Indonesia, I don't think ours is a story which can be described as non-successful or eventful.
The next question goes to the representative of the Outlook magazine, Sabha Naqvi, please.
Good morning, Prime Minister. When you came in with this very clean image, and now 10 years have gone past. And we have another political phenomenon in Delhi, which is the Arvind Kejriwal Aam Aadmi Party phenomenon, which has also asked for a review of electric companies. So my question to you is twofold. One, how do you rate the phenomenon of AAP? And secondly, as someone who understands policies, economics, do you think we need a CAG audit of companies which supply power? And is it a good idea?
Well, the people of India have reposed confidence in the AAP party in Delhi. I think we must respect the democratic process, and it is only time will tell whether this experience is capable of dealing with the challenges that our economy and our polity faces. It is too early. I think they've been there only less than a week. They must be given time and chance to justify themselves.
The gentleman right here, please, the representative from the India TV, if I identify him properly.
प्रधानमंत्री जी, मैं मिथिलेश कुमार हूँ, इंडिया न्यूज से। बार बार आप कहते हैं कि राहुल गांधी हमारी कैबिनेट में आ जाएं, शामिल हो जाएं, या राहुल गांधी के लिए आप कुर्सी छोड़ने के लिए तैयार बैठते हैं, लेकिन हर बार मना कर देते हैं। आपको तकलीफ नहीं होती? और दूसरा सवाल, कांग्रेस पार्टी में किसी से बात कर लीजिए, हर कोई कहता है कि मनमोहन सिंह सरकार की नेगेटिव इमेज की वजह से कांग्रेस पार्टी की करारी हार हो रही है।
Well, that certainly is not my view, and if you feel that there are people who hold that opinion, I cannot help it. It is for historians to judge what I have done, what I have not done, what were my weaknesses, what were my strengths. As far as I am concerned, I am convinced that considering the circumstances under which I had to work, because of the global slowdown, we have done reasonably well. We have delivered the highest rate of growth in the first 9 years of our government, highest ever since this government, this country got going as an independent country. No, I have always felt that our government would have been strengthened if Rahul Gandhi was part of the government, but Rahul felt that he had responsibilities to the parties which did not permit him to join the government, and I respect his sentiment.
The lady there in the corner, please, if I identify her correctly, Renu Mittal.
Hello. Mr. Prime Minister, good afternoon. It's, I think, afternoon now. Sir, there's been a clamoring within the Congress party that they needed a political phase before they went to the elections. Now, did the Congress leadership ever hint to you that maybe it would have been better if you had stepped down before the elections? Because you see, from whatever you've told us in the last 1 hour, you have not really taken the blame for any of the acts of omission and commission of this government. Doesn't the buck stop also with the Prime Minister on issues of corruption and price rise, the two issues which have been identified by Rahul Gandhi as the reasons for the defeat of the party in the assembly elections?
Well, I have said what I have to say, but nobody has asked me to step down because of any inadequacies that may have characterized my tenure as Prime Minister.
Venkat, I've asked Venkat, I've identified Venkat, please.
Mr. Prime Minister, Vanakkam. Venkat Raman from Dinamala. I just wanted to ask two clarifications from you. One, when you talk about Tamil Nadu, there are two major issues you know well. One is the Sri Lankan problem, Sri Lankan Tamil issue. Other one is Tamil Nadu fishermen. According to you, when are you going to find a permanent solution for the Tamil Nadu fishermen, number one? Number two, when your government is so concerned about Devyani, the Indian diplomat, but at the same time, you're not bothered about the Sri Lankan Tamils, which is a part of Indian origin. Why this partiality? Why the stepmother treatment towards the Sri Lankan Tamils?
Well, it is not true that we are not concerned about the well-being of the Tamil population in Sri Lanka. We have consistently made every effort to persuade the government of Sri Lanka to address the genuine problems of the Tamil population of Sri Lanka. We'll continue to do so in the future as well. As far as the fishermen's fate is concerned, we have on innumerable number of occasions discussed this matter with the government of Sri Lanka, and now we find that in the northern Sri Lanka we have a government of the Tamil population themselves. We feel that there is an opportunity for the Tamil population of Sri Lanka and the Tamil population in Tamil Nadu to sit together to work out an arrangement between the fishermen of the two countries which will be mutually satisfactory. I think this thing is going to happen. This is the only way in which this problem of fishermen in both countries can be resolved.
Liz Matthews from the Mint, please. Liz Matthews from the Mint.
Sir, what would you say as the best and the lowest moment in your term as the Prime Minister in the last 1 decade?
I'm not sorry.
Liz, could you repeat your question, please?
What would you say as the lowest and the best moment or achievement in your term as the Prime Minister in the last 1 decade?
The best and the lowest moments.
Well, I will need time to reflect on this, but certainly I think for the best moment for me was when we were able to strike a nuclear deal with the United States to end the nuclear apartheid which had sought to stifle the processes of social and economic change and technical progress of our country in many ways.
The gentleman in the tan coat there, please. वो आपके पीछे, संजय आपके पीछे, उसके बाद में आप सभी को बारी देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. उनको, उनको. Could you identify yourself, please?
Sir. आज तक से जिस तरह से आम आदमी पार्टी ने करप्शन को कोर इशू बनाया और दिल्ली का इलेक्शन जीत गई, बड़ी पार्टियों को पीछे छोड़कर सरकार बना लिया, आपको क्या लगता है कि नेशनल पार्टीज के लिए, बड़ी पार्टियों के लिए इसमें कोई मैसेज है? और इससे क्या आपको लगता है कि लोकसभा चुनाव में अब कांग्रेस के सामने नरेंद्र मोदी के अलावा अरविंद केजरीवाल भी एक चैलेंज हो गए?
Well, corruption is an issue, and certainly the AAP party has been able to make a success of their concern for eradication of corruption. Whether they will succeed or not, I think that only time will tell. I have a feeling that dealing with corruption is not an easy process, even though there may be opportunities as well as challenges. We must collectively grapple with the task of dealing with corruption. This is not a matter which only one party can accomplish. Various political parties have to work together to deal with this monster.
Mr. Harish Gupta from the Lokmat, please.
Mr. Prime Minister, my name is Harish Gupta. I would like to ask you and remind you of 2010 when you addressed the press conference saying that you have an unfinished agenda and a lot of things to be done. And now you have only, I think, 3 more months before the elections are declared. Do you have anything particular in mind which you want to do and couldn't do so far? Because you have already made it clear that you are not a candidate for UPA 3. Maybe in a coalition, if something is thrown up and the party or UPA coalition partners may come back to you that you have done so wonderfully well that country cannot really survive without you as the Prime Minister for the 3rd term either. Thank you.
Well, I think the 5 months that are there with us is still, I think, a long period of time for us to revive the growth impulses of our economy. If I am successful in doing that, I think I would consider a job having been well done.
George Ibrahim from the Deepika, please, right there.
So, Prime Minister, I am George Kalivairil from Deepika Malayalam Daily. You know, you are going to my state, Kerala, tonight, and two burning issues are in Kerala right now. One is the Kasturi Rengan report, which is hurting the sentiments of the farmers, and the other is the LPG price rise. And will you be announcing, at least there was indications that the government will be coming out with 12 subsidized cylinders. Will you be announcing that? And will you be announcing a relook into the Kasturi Rengan report?
Well, as far as the Kasturi Rangan report is concerned, this is still in the stage of being discussed with various state governments. No final decision has been taken. And as far as the raising the number of cylinders that will be made available to the people, I think no decision has been taken as of now.
Sanjay Mishra, please. Could you identify the publication that you represent?
सर, मैं संजय मिश्रा अमर उजाला से हूँ। मेरा सवाल सर सिख दंगों को लेके है। जब आप प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में आए थे तो आपने अमृतसर जाके सिखों के घाव पे मरहम लगाया था और उनको न्याय दिलाने की बात कही थी। पर 10 साल बीत गए। एक तरफ आप स्नूप गेट के लिए एक स्पेशल टास्क फोर्स जुडिशियल बनाते हैं, लेकिन सिख विरोधी दंगों के जो पीड़ित है आज भी सड़क पे दौड़ रहे हैं न्याय के लिए। क्या एक प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में आपको इस बात का अफसोस नहीं है कि 10 साल तक आप उनको न्याय नहीं दिला पाए?
Well, if you're talking about the Sikhs who suffered in 1984 riots, I think our government has done quite a lot, and I used the opportunity of a discussion in Parliament to publicly apologize to the Sikh community on behalf of the government of our country for what